are.
Hello, my name is Talby Duerksen, and I'm an international teacher. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." As an international teacher, I was given the opportunity to reach out to destitute children and educate those of them who have never been properly educated before. Did you know that 26% of the world's adults are illiterate and about 12% of the Earth's children are uneducated? There are simple solutions to these problems, such as donating your care, money, or time to these people in need. By providing schooling to young children, I will be preparing them for a better future than generation before them had to face. Today I will be sharing with you about the mental, physical, and emotional needs of my career choice. An international teacher is someone who travels through an agency to a developing country and teaches at a school connected to that agency. The agency or organization of your choice will send you to a remote area and you will be paid your salary by the school in which you teach. I will be traveling to Ethiopia, Africa to educate middle school students in the area of English language arts. My responsibilities as a teacher will be teaching my students English language and grammar and providing entertainment to them throughout the day. By educating these children, I will be preparing them for future jobs and providing more for their families than their families have provided for them in the past. International teaching was my best fit for a career, but I had other choices as well, such as elementary school teaching and art directing. Elementary school teaching was my opportunity cost, meaning it was the highest alternative in which I was forced to give up in order to gain something better. I was interested in elementary school teaching because I enjoyed being with young kids and creating long-lasting relationships with them. However, if I was an elementary school teacher, I would not get to travel often, I would have to teach subjects that I may not enjoy, and I would get very little vacation days. Art directing was my third choice. Art directing seemed to suit me because I enjoy art and designing, and I tend to be satisfied in seeing the overall progress of the project. However, if I were an art director, I would not get to work with children, and I would have a strict schedule, which I'm not comfortable with. My career has positives and negatives just like any other career. Some positive incentives to my career are that 1, I'll be able to travel and see new places and cultures. 2, I will be with children all day long. 3, I will be teaching language arts, a subject that I enjoy. Some negative incentives to my career are that 1, I'll be far away from my friends and my family, and I might get homesick at times. 2, my salary is not very high, so I'll have to make do with what I have. And 3, I'll be forced to adapt to new places, whether the conditions are better or worse. My yearly salary is $38,000, making my monthly budget $3,166.67. My agency did not finance any budget items for me. My apartment rent cost the most out of all my budget items at $500, and my transportation was only $70, making it the smallest out of all my budget items. It was only $70 because I will not own a car. I will either use public transportation or I will walk. I had to make many trade-offs to even out my budget. For example, I spent less on phone usage to give more to charity, I spent less on gas and electric to put more into my savings, and I spent less on entertainment to obtain more food. As you can see, there's no section for taxes on my pie graph, because I was not sure if taxes were required in nuclear food. Therefore, my discretionary section is by far the largest, at 47%, costing me $1,374.45 per month. My transportation section is the smallest at 2%, because again, I will not own a car. I will either use public transportation or I will walk. My city utilities and my toiletries both were at 3% of my pie graph, costing me $100 each. I spend $400 on food each month at 13% of my pie graph, and my housing cost me $510 for both the rent of my apartment and my rental insurance. My medical insurance at 7% cost me $200, and my school loans at $222.22 was about 7% of my pie graph as well. I will be attending Wichita State University to earn my bachelor's degree of science in the English language and literature. I will use skills with controlling young children to fulfill my career responsibilities which I will have for previous occupations. Throughout college, I worked in a nursing home, a preschool, and a middle school, all in the Wichita area. These experiences gave me knowledge about working with children, working with adults, and creating relationships with each of them. As a teacher, I will need a high school diploma and a bachelor's degree of science in my particular area. My My two references are Monica Anderson and Brian Brown. Monica Anderson is a 7th grade language arts teacher at the school in which I was a student. Brian Brown is a professor of English language and literature at Wichita State University. My letter of application is written to Cheryl Harmon, subscriber assistant, at the agency in which I will be applying for. I'm applying to work in the job opening at Ethiopia, Africa, as a middle school English language arts teacher. 5 websites that I found helpful to me were collegescorecard.org, which helped me choose my college, pacareerzone.org, theelizard.org, joboutlook.gov, and tileonline.com, which all helped me choose my career and gave me options of other careers. They also told me the career responsibilities of being an international teacher. I found my 2 articles at goabroad.com and theguardian.com. The article at goabroad.com talked about why you should teach in less visited countries, and theguardian.com told the story of an abroad teacher in Africa who gave advice about approaching new places. Being an international teacher is something I really want to do. I love being with children in need and providing them with love and education. My career provides me with everything I need to express my passions and my desires. When I'm far away from my family and friends, I will be reaching out to them who need a brighter future and caring for their physical and their emotional needs. My career does not have a high salary, but money does not matter to me as long as I'm doing what I love. International teachers are uncommon and very much needed in this.